Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Grind. We have here
AKA
an artist from
San Francisco, California.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jerry Camacho. I do a lot of different stuff.
My name is Halina. I do acting, commercials, modeling.
So, tell us about yourself.
So I am a MC / music producer, sometimes DJ on the side, and like do most of my graphics and video content creations. And yeah, like I do it through the form of like hip hop, some EDM, and I do some crazy stuff in that kind of realm.
Are you good at math?
Is that because I'm somewhat Asian?
That and the fact that almost people that are artistic are bad at math.
I'm terrible at algebra. Like, at
Me
least
too.
like advanced algebra.
Me too. Letters and numbers.
Exactly. Rocket science is definitely rocket science to me. So yeah.
How about you guys?
No, I don't. I hate math. Algebra, math,
Yeah.
physics.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, I'm
You?
okay at it.
You are?
I do pretty good. Yeah.
You're
Symbols, values, measures. It's not too hard.
the outlier.
Just gotta
outlier
study.
there. All right. What is something people don't normally know about you?
That I rap, which is hilarious.
He actually rapped while on set of a film for me.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. And what was it like? One guy just records me and then posted it on the internet, and I had a following. I was like, whoa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's funny because primarily I do like live instrumentalization or live beat sets and stuff mostly. And whenever I get like a couple people that are like, like, how come you don't do more like rap sets and stuff? I'm like, I just like to make sure that it's like that kind of right moment. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is you would say rap is it more of like a strong suit or something you just kind of bust out of like, oh, by the way, I can rap kind of thing?
It's like a rare form kind of thing because like the whole performance aspect of it as well is just, like me like connecting with the crowd, especially like subject matter. Like I talk about like a lot of personal stuff, and it's like my way of like also like kind of connecting with the crowd in ways.
I hate the crowd.
I don't mind it.
I went this year on my birthday. I went to a comedy show. First time ever, free. You had the scum of the earth there, okay? They would not stop messing with the comedians, and I low-key got mad because I didn't understand. Like, yeah, it's fun at first, but then shut the fuck up and let us enjoy the comedy.
You're asking me because I do stand up, and I'll tell you, it's called heckling.
Yeah.
And people get drunk and they feel like they're funnier than the comedians. And honestly, sometimes they are. Sometimes they're just drunk. I actually run a show called Crowd Control where I actually let people heckle. The way I do it is each comedian gets 8 minutes to be on stage. The first 5 people aren't allowed to heckle. But on the last 3, I hit a bell and they're allowed to heckle. And it's good. It gives them a chance to get it out. And then whoever loses the heckling battle gets booed by the whole bar. So, yeah, so it kind of like sets the tone that if people are like, they want to start trying to talk shit, if the comedian's funnier than you, the whole bar is going to boo you. But if you catch the comedian off guard, we all boo the comedian. Oh. So it's a lot of fun.
It's very engaging from both ends.
Yeah, but people want to talk. Especially some comedians are talking a lot of shit. Like, they get a little too comfortable. And they say something that offends people, and then, you get somebody a little drunk, they're going to go like, I don't like to use, I love the Warriors, bro.
See, I couldn't, I'm too sensitive. I don't think I could handle it. Like, comedy, like, on stage, I'm, like, sarcastic and funny in situations, but on stage...
Stand-up it's funny. Like, stand-up is an art. It's not what it looks like. It looks like someone just sitting up there talking shit. Yeah, but... Comedians are actually, they really think about the words they say.
Mm-hmm.
When you're writing a
storyteller or like super funny. Like,
yeah, well, it's just, you're slowly tailoring these things so they become a joke. Mm-hmm. When you're talking with people, they already like you, if they're your friends, they'll always like kind of buy in. When you're a stand-up, you're coming as a stranger, And so that's why you have to be really precise with what you say and how you say it for it to actually come off as funny.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun, but when I first started, I know people that are really funny, that suck at stand-up, and I know people that are not funny at all, that are great at stand-up, and then there's those magical people that are funny and then also know how to do stand-up.
Right.
And
right.
they
That's
all
a rare
exist.
breed.
They all exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very, very different subtle art for sure.
I'm trying to understand it and get used to it and go to more comedy shows because I love laughing.
Yeah, but open mics are terrible. Like it's a horrible fucking place to be.
It's a good way to test the water on jokes for sure. Because the one correlation between comics and then the coin term I use, which is MC, is that we both, the best ones, know how to work the crowd, even in tough situations and stuff. So it's like, and I've had like my brief stint in stand-up comedy too, in open mics, and yes, it's not an easy. It is not an easy.
It's good for your character.
For sure.
Nothing else is good for your
I
character.
just did it for stage
Yeah.
presence. So
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MC, right? That's like Saturday Night Live, kind of thing. Like you host, kind of like the crowd, I guess. Describe MCing for people that may not know what MC.
So
I
from
don't
the
know what
root,
is that.
Right.
so from the root of it, like it stands for like either Master of Ceremonies. There's like one crazy acronym for it from like what's his name, Ludacris, saying move the crowd. Or actually no, not Ludacris. Originally from pioneering force by the name of Rakim, that says MC means move the crowd. That's really like the epitome of what it means to be an MC. So, and what I mean by that is, I'll throw, aside from the whole make some noise thing, I'll throw what's called, like call and responses, and I'll be like, when I say this, you say that, this, that,
Vibe
that.
checks.
Vibe checks.
Hype the crowd, like engage, entertain, basically, ultimately,
Oh, shit.
the crowd. Which is similar to comedy.
Yeah, you're
But
just
you
trying
have
to do
a-
it in a very narrow band,
You're
I would
right,
say.
right.
There are some people that just go up there and try to be interesting, which there's nothing wrong with that, but like, especially nowadays, comedy's going through a paradigm shift because we're leaving the storytelling
Yeah,
comedy, and a lot of people, because of the show Kill Tony, I don't know if you've ever seen Kill Tony.
I heard about it.
It's like the biggest live podcast ever. It's basically an open mic podcast run
Right.
by a comedian named Tony Hinchcliffe. Comedians only get 1 minute to go up there and tell jokes. So it forces everyone to start telling fast, quick jokes. And the show is so popular that comedy now is moving back into that almost like 1950s style of like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and then people start laughing. But in the late 90s, early 2000s, we were seeing a lot of people tell a lot of stories.
Yeah.
So it's weird. You got your old heads that are like, finally we're going back to like pure comedy, and then we got the 90s heads that are like, what is this hack shit? Like, why are you, can I swear on here?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah. Why aren't we being what they call authentic?
Right.
Why aren't you sharing yourself? And it's like, there's this guy out of Austin named Casey Rocket who is hilarious. But if you ever watch his stand-up, you're like, this is stand-up? Because he's got props, he's doing these crazy bits, like, it's entertaining as all hell and it's funny as all hell, but it is not Dave Chappelle.
Right.
And they're both stand-up comedians, so it like really like sets the, what's the word?
Tone.
Not the tone, gosh,
Standards.
the spectrum,
Spectrum.
the spectrum of what stand-up can be. I keep doing like reading Rainbow over here. I'm like, what is the word?
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? Give him a
Yeah,
question.
that's-
Give him a
I'm just
question.
thinking,
Just-
Oh, are we all co-hosting this too?
yeah, I don't want to be the one talking, and
mean,
it
I
has
do
to be
have-
balanced.
How much
I do
does your
have-
audience know about you?
Ooh.
It's not a, don't flip it, okay?
Talk,
Don't flip
hey,
it.
talk, but don't talk about me.
All right, shoot.
Yeah. So what got you into filmmaking?
I'm funny. I like attention. My friend and I in high school, we made videos, and that's what got me into it.
Okay. And then did you want to be in front of the camera initially and then move to the back, or always want to be in the back?
Wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing any acting now, or mostly
No, back work.
Why aren't you following your dreams?
Acting wasn't my dream. And if you actually know, I was in a few of my own films. I suck at acting. I'm too uncut, raw.
There's like too many nuances in regards to acting, and the people that
Right.
consider themselves established think, oh, this guy's acting chops are off, or this guy can't act for shit. And it's like,
There's
yeah.
too many policies and rules, and you have to go to school for it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Old school thinking, but I don't like acting. I like writing. I like making films. I don't like being on them in front of the camera.
You just said you wanted to be actor.
I wanted to when I was younger.
Cast dance.
Oh, you changed
I
the later.
changed.
I thought
Yeah.
you still wanted, and it's
No, I picked that
I
up
want to
too.
say just see. I just thought
I wanted to.
pursue.
You're right about acting school, though. I went to acting school.
You did?
It's whack.
Yeah, you don't learn anything. Thank you. Thank you. Fucking thank you. Everybody's like, you have to go to film production to learn. I'm like, no, you don't. You just have to learn on your own.
I'll tell you. So I went to ACT in San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
and I learned a lot. I learned a lot being there. You learn a lot about technique. You learn how to like force emotions, so to speak. It was very helpful. Like I
Right.
learned how to cry on
the terms
cue.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you know, like, I learned how to
Yeah.
cry on cue and stuff. But also with that, there's just a lot of like you said.
Do it
like,
now.
Do you want
Cry
to do
on
it right
cue.
now? I don't want to do it right now.
It's like that's too much.
If I start doing it right now, they're real like awkward shit.
I had to try. I had to
Maybe I'll do it at the end.
But
Okay.
there was, at least when I was like younger, I got approached by like a talent agency,
Mhm.
like because they were like, oh, like we think you have potential, and it was a phone call. I go in there and like,
By the way, he acts. He acts too.
oh yeah, I do act. I have a few roles, but there was one where like I think it was just a weird kind of vibe because they're like, one, you have to have your grades up, you gotta have A's and B's. I'm like, I'm a C student at least.
Right.
Mostly like D's, sometimes F, especially in math. That's why I suck at math.
Funny
It goes
thing I
full
asked.
But I think most of all, I was like, man, I don't even want to be an actor. Like, I don't want to be in like Nickelodeon because then they had me reading script like, was it like PB&J? I think it was like Jiffy or one of those brands.
Right, right.
And it was cool, but I was like forcing a smile and everything, and I'm like, I do not like this at all. You know, I want to be a fucking rock star. You know,
Right, right.
and I was like playing with like I was playing like in a band at the time, like when I was like doing it, and I was like, that's the passion I want to follow. I don't want to be no fucking actor and shit. you
Right.
know? But I could have been on Nickelodeon if I really put
I
my
think
toe to it. Yeah.
you were
Yeah,
you made the right choice.
You could
Yeah,
have with
yeah.
Brian Peck and Dan Schneider, man.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
I would have
You
been
and
on
Ariana
Disney
Grande.
Channel.
Could have
Yeah.
hugged Drake Bell. It
I
would have
know.
been terrific.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, man. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm glad you're happy with your life choices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Back to
Back to
college.
Oh yeah, so at ACT, I mean, it's run by a guy who I don't know if he still does. He used to be, or is the guy who runs UC Berkeley's acting program, and he's had a very particular taste of what he liked in acting. So like most of what we see on TV is called emotional realism acting. You try to replicate real life. That's not the history of acting. Like you can go back to like the really over dramatic. It's called camp acting. That used to be the premier style of acting. Was camp. You're just trying to convey emotions in a surrealist form, right? After the method came out by Stanislavski, you know, and everyone became method actors, we started really getting into emotional realism. This guy liked something kind of in the middle. And so I did a scene on stage, and in front of like 400 people, he was like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know
No
why
way.
you're here. Oh,
No way.
he ripped into me. It's hilarious.
Oh, heck
He
no.
straight
That's
ripped
so
into me.
fucked up.
He kept making, I was doing a monologue from, not Streetcar. I can't remember. A Tennessee Williams play. I cannot remember which one. He kept telling me to start over, and I'd like get through like half the first line, he'd be like, stop. That is horrible. I am very upset that you're doing this on my stage right now. I don't like this. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? He's like, do it better. And I was like,
Oh.
that's a weird note. And so I try again. He's like, no, you're not getting it. This is not good. And
my
and basically
gosh.
just reamed me for like 20 minutes. And then we had to go to our next class. And people were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I just don't understand what the fuck you wanted from me.
Right.
And then the next day I do a scene for Waiting from Godot. And I just went full camp. I was just like, oh my God, why are we doing this? Why and he goes, now that is acting. And I was like, okay, that's what this guy wants. And so there was a little bit of this weird legacy thing where it's like, at the end of the day, you're just trying to please whoever's paying you. You know, and so basically just being a whore.
Crazy thing when you mentioned camp acting too, because I come also from the realm of pro wrestling.
Yeah,
or at least the training in that regard.
Yep.
Their like form of entertainment is, especially when all the emotions and everything they express is like beyond tenfold. It's like 1,000 pretty much, right? They have to sell all the pain they feel, you know, meaning they have to like make the other guy look good, and they over exaggerate. That's the key term, is over exaggerate all the pain, all the dramatization they put in. When I hear camp, you know, I just connect everything together because that's how my brain works sometimes. So
do you all watch Star Wars or like Star Wars? Yes, no?
Episode 1, Jar Jar Binks is my favorite.
That's your favorite. Okay,
yeah.
so you've seen Star Wars though, right? Yeah. If you look at the lightsaber fights in the first 3 episodes 1 through 3, that's like very camp. It's like almost too perfect. It doesn't look like sword fighting. It looks like dancing with lightsabers, right? That's what George Lucas wants. But then you look at episodes 7 through 9, where like Kylo Ren is fighting Rey, and it's what real sword fighting would look like. It's kind of slower. There's a lot of thinking. There's actual like striking with purpose, and people are like, the lightsaber duels in the later episodes were boring, and I was like, yeah, that's what emotional realism looks like. And then you go Obi-Wan versus Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar, you're like, that's camp. That was theater. Like, that audience for that type of art wanted this over-the-top theatrical drama, and later we tried to pigeonhole into this thing, and that's why no one liked it.
Yeah.
So
that's how I feel like from pro wrestling to like MMA, and where I'm like, if I see 2 dudes like rolling on the ground for like 3 minutes in a round, I'll find it kind of boring, you know?
I start waving my pride flag.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo.
Yeah, it is different, because again, like, WWE is, like, it's theater and sport. There's elements of so many layers of it.
Yeah.
I would argue that everything's becoming the WWE.
I feel
all entertainment is following that, because it's the most engaging.
It is.
A little bit of melodrama, a little bit of violence, a little bit of, like, you look at Conor McGregor, great fighter, but he's still very sellable, even though he lost like his last 4 fights. Yeah. Because he's amazing. He has that like Donald Trump, like, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna knock him out in the second round.
Yeah, and then all those WWE pro wrestlers like saying, oh, you better come into the squared circle and like put up or shut up. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's crazy.
Big fans, big fans.
Yeah.
Everything's going camp. That's what I'm running on.
Yeah. Hey, sells.
It does sell.
Which is what it is all about.
It's all about making that money. We're in late stage capitalism, baby. Oh, yeah. There's no such thing as art anymore. There's just content.
Yeah, content.
What are your thoughts on that? You making faces.
No, I'm just thinking what you're talking.
You're like, what is he talking about? He's talking so fast and saying nothing at the same time.
I'm just thinking I have to keep silence, otherwise it will be used against me.
It will.
I'm not a cop, I just look like one.
No, that's funny. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about being in the air later. I have to be careful what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just ask a question.
Yeah.
To anyone.
Later.
Later, like off air.
I have a lot of questions.
That's funny. How long have you been running this podcast for?
I would say I'd done many like reboots of the same podcast. So I would say about 2 years.
Okay.
Professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I've like nuked my podcast.
Yeah.
Deleted all the episodes, started up again. Like, it's funny because so many people started podcasts like when the pandemic happened.
Everybody has a podcast.
Everyone
Even the Bart has a podcast.
Bart has a podcast?
Trader Joe's has a podcast.
Muni has a podcast. Trader Joe's? What are you talking about?
Probably the new stuff that they got, you know. That's what podcast is marketing pretty much. So it's like,
money, again, money.
How do you all, as creative people, how do you feel about that? Like, the idea now that being an actor used to be like, you only made a movie like once or twice a year, and the rest of the time you kind of got to be yourself. But now that you have all these avenues to broadcast yourself, you're kind of expected to. If you really want to stay in the game, you got to be making Instagram stories and like, you know, checking in on Snapchat and like, I don't know. I got the feeling back in 2015 that being an actor was no longer a job. It was like a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And like you look at like George Clooney selling like what Casamigos or like even like
Now they're selling energy drinks. Energy drinks is another
Like, yeah,
thing.
what-
they're doing all sorts of
All
stuff.
sorts of stuff.
But I was saying they're constantly having to get in front of a camera every day because now they're competing with influencers.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there are some influencers that are bigger than what we consider like A-list celebrities, right? Like I am not seeing Edward Norton's face nearly as much as I'm seeing Logan Paul's.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, who's producing higher value art? Arguably Ed Norton, but also
Mm-hmm.
who is constantly on people's lips more.
Right.
And you know, it's like what's that game? Daniel Day-Lewis makes a movie like once every 10 years. There will never be a guy like that again. Because he was already established before this whole rigmarole started. And you look at some of the comedians now, you got like no fault to him, but like Matt Rife is a guy who blew up really, really fast because he's handsome, he's really good at crowd work with women, and he started doing these big theaters, and everyone was like, hey, he's not a bad comedian, I don't know if he's at theater level yet. And then he got caught up in it, was like, watch, I'm gonna make a real special, and then he gets canceled. Because people knew him as one thing, and he tried to do something else and got in trouble, and it's like, his goal was to be like a Louis C.K., right? But he got famous being this thing. And so you go, do I keep riding the money train? Because that's a marker of success. Or do I do the shit I want to do? And as soon as he did what he wanted to do, everyone's like, nah, that's not what we like from you. We don't like it when you make those jokes. You're bad now. Like the speed with which everyone turned on that guy. Like one day it's like, Matt Rife, next biggest comedian, greatest thing in the world. And then he makes a joke about domestic violence, and everyone's like, Matt Rife, never liked him, horrible guy.
Like,
who
he
does
gets
he
the
think
shop.
he is? Yeah, who does he think
I
he
feel
is?
like, you know, if you're an artist, eventually you are going to get canceled. It's like
Yeah.
just like ticking time bomb kind
I
of
know.
thing. It's this week is this person, next week is another person, and eventually it gets to everyone kind
Yeah.
of thing, you know? So
I'm
nobody's
surprised
safe.
Tarantino hasn't been canceled yet.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be somewhere on that list, you know. It's like this guy likes feet. You know? He shoots all these feet.
Tarantino's
And
like,
then they're gonna associate him with, you know,
Rob Snyder.
Dan Schneider, yeah.
so that's the question, is he going to end up on Epstein's list or on Diddy's list?
Jeez.
Or is he on both?
Both, yeah. Oh my gosh. That would be crazy.
Talking about lists and these people, see now they're making a bad image on the industry. And what can we do to change that? Or what would you personally do to change that?
Just cultivating more of a healthier environment, you know. One, it's just like the biggest issue with like in any entertainment industry, whether it be comedy, anything that involves politics especially, they require at least quid pro quo, and where you want to get to, you have to provide favors, you know. Plain and simple. But it's just like, the key thing is it just feels very predatory in regards to like who they recruit, who they want to like push over and stuff. And I see it in different industries where I'm just like, okay, there's something fishy going on, but I'm just gonna like be like 50 Cent, be behind the scenes. And then when it comes up, I'll be like, oh, I'm exposing you, you know.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you see that even at this level of it though. Like, your cameraman's the first cameraman I met who goes, he probably doesn't want to stick his finger in my ass. That's nice.
He
Like,
probably does or
Does not. He probably doesn't want to. There's so many creepy, like, young photographers, bro. No, shout out to your boy. I feel safe with this man in the room. And I normally don't feel safe when I meet a new photographer. And I'm a man.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they're always like, because, you know, you got those photographers that are like, I just like to do, like, really artsy, like, kind of nudes and stuff like that. But it's, like, really tasteful.
And they're very casual
Yeah.
about it, so like, man, we know what you're in it for, man. Get out of here.
Seriously, dude, my girlfriend is an actor too, and like, I always go like the first time she goes to work with somebody, because you can just smell the creep on them, and like
So
now,
you mean assist her, walking with her?
I just go, I hang out, no, I just hang out, big. I'm her ride. She doesn't have a car, so I mean, I gotta chill.
Why didn't she come on set when you first started working with me? And don't say because I'm a girl.
Nick, she didn't ask me for that. What are you talking about? What's the question?
Oh, so you go on. She's an actress, so you go on set, right?
When she
her.
has something.
Right, but does she go on set with you when you have something?
No, she doesn't care if I get touched. She doesn't.
She doesn't.
means.
go because
No, I know,
people
maybe.
say,
I know, I
but you
I
too
gotta
jealous.
make sure. Yeah, hey, I don't want to get touched by photographers who aren't successful yet.
Why photographer?
Because I want her to have a successful career. If she just gets molested by like a
But she's
photographer's
not
going nowhere, then she just got molested.
She's not 6, 8 years old. She can stay for herself.
Oh, she can. She totally can.
But she grown up, right?
He's trying
Yeah,
to
she's
be a good protective boyfriend.
I'm trying to minimize molestation on set. That's what I'm about.
Yeah, probably.
If it's a female, you're okay. But if it's male,
No, I don't want anyone to molest
But
anybody.
why do you talk? I don't know why you're talking about molest. It's happened often in the set.
So maybe you missed the beginning of the conversation. I was saying that most photographers you meet, even at this level, doing just like kind of gig work, you meet the creeps early.
Oh yeah.
They're there. You can see them. You've worked with a lot of people. I'm sure there's some people that have made you uncomfortable, giving you weird vibes, but you want to do the gig, so you put up with it, but you feel weird. My point is, those guys get into this. There's a lot of people who get into this for the weird stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then some
Good to
people
know.
keep getting more, you're acting like, oh, I didn't know this. Come on now. We're not going to pretend like
I
this is
can't
what it is.
say I have experienced that.
Good for you.
I
Lucky,
experience ones that I don't like to work with. I experience ones that fuck me over, but never the creeper vibes.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Then you're
lucky.
very-
Which
you're
I'm
very
lucky, but
lucky.
also I'm not that
They are around.
attractive. But yeah, how can we like
I mean,
reduce that? I don't want
Or
to be
just
part of
be
an
a-
industry that is known for that kind of shit.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
do it. I don't want it to be done to
Yeah.
me. You know.
Key thing is just putting on notice any of those Weinstein types that are like, just because you're in a position of power doesn't mean you have to abuse it in that kind of
Right.
way or form. Because one, they need to be made an example of that they can't be pulling stuff like this. It's one does more harm to the industry rather than like help it grow, help even especially for the art. It's always down to the art. Some people could say it's about the money and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, all of it's rooted in like the aesthetic of it. If it gets like flushed out because of stuff like that, then bam, it's like doomed to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're not about that kind of stuff, you gotta work really, really hard because we need more people that are not creeps, that are
Right.
good, that have power, so that it doesn't happen. Thing is about those guys, they want it so bad, they usually end up working harder than most people and they get the power. And then once they have it, then they abuse it.
Yeah.
So I would say the answer is always, if you don't like to see something happening, build your own shit,
Yeah.
be so good that people have to come to you, and then you get to set the terms of the interaction.
Yeah.
So I have
Kind of like
questions.
going to DIY.
Does
home
the
pro.
photographer knows that you on the car? Did she warn you? If she comes to the set, did she tell like, okay,
Oh yeah, no. So when we come up on
you
set,
could walk together?
do you want the answer to the question?
Surely. I
Yeah, I
knew
walk.
what I gonna do.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying.
We walk up together, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" Like, I'm her boyfriend. Like, she didn't have a car, so I'm just gonna be chilling. You mind if I chill on set? If you want to, I can hang out over here. Like, oh, okay, cool, nice to meet you. Oh, you're a photographer. That's cool. I like chat them up and just let them know, like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna be around.
Okay, good to know.
And sometimes they're cool. Sometimes they're cool and they're like, yeah, no worries. I mean, again, I'm not trying to ruin their shoot.
Thanks.
But it's just like,
Thanks for warning. I did like 5-6 set with photographer modeling for them website profiles. I haven't met
that's
the
good though.
creative-
No,
I haven't met the creative-
maybe they're getting caught now, and that's great.
Right.
When I started this business, like damn near 10 years ago, out of 10 photographers, about 8 of them were fucking weird.
No.
And it was like, and again, as a man, it's not really happening to me. This isn't a thing I'm worried about. There would be me, there'd be, some female lead who's attractive, and they were treating us differently in a weird way. And anyone who's on set's going like, does she have to be naked for this scene? Maybe that doesn't have to happen right now.
Yeah.
Maybe she can be in her pants. Or maybe if the sex scene doesn't serve the art at all, maybe we cut it.
Right.
You see it like when we're ham feeding. Why is it that every like good looking girl ends up playing a stripper or like some sort of like something where they gotta take their clothes off? And it's like, this is a movie about dog parks. Like, what are we doing here?
It's like
you're talking about
unnecessary.
And it's funny that we're bringing this up because almost every other time that I mention that I make films, they ask me, "Do you do porn?"
Oh wow.
It's like hand in hand, making videos, porn. Like, no, but I thought about it, obviously joking. I like to joke around. But no, like, why do you assume I'm doing porn? No, you know?
Because I mean, who doesn't make porn now? Realistically, with OnlyFans?
Well, with OnlyFans,
I feel like you walk outside, talk to 20 people. At least one of them's got an OnlyFans. Doesn't matter if it's popular or not, but
And going back into the realm of content creation, and they make their own content.
yeah.
Like, would you buy my videos for $25 to $50? I'm like, I'm here.
Dude, I love that shit. So I was trying to promote my podcast on Snapchat. I was like talking to people, and then like immediately it's like, what do you do? Oh, I do this. I make content, and then they would just send you a request for money. And you're like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just asking you, like, what
Like
you do. And they're like, you want to find out? Wink, wink. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's that kind of thing. And then I go, tell you what, I used to go like this. I go, tell you what, you listen to an episode of my podcast, I'll check it out. And then I ran out of money really fast, and so I had to stop doing that. But
Yeah.
You were trying.
I was just trying to, hey, it cost to market, and at least I was getting something back.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
A lot of it was bad, though. A lot of people shouldn't be doing OnlyFans.
Yeah. I feel like it's an addiction worse than porn. Yeah.
OnlyFans?
Yeah. Especially if you're like
Do you have personal experience with that?
Oh.
Sounds like it. I'm just kidding.
Maybe not.
Hey, this man just supports, just young artists, okay?
Okay.
Let him live.
I support certain content.
Let him live.
We all have our things.
I do think it would be really cool, though, to have an OnlyFans that doesn't have, like, sexual content on there.
I think people tried that.
I think people try, yeah, but, like, if one that would work, like,
That's why we have Patreons.
Dude, there was this dude. Yeah, there was this dude on Pornhub. He had a Pornhub account, and his account didn't have porn videos. It was just like, I wish you a good night. it's like a video of him being like, hey, I hope you have a really good night, and I hope everything goes well. And it actually got popular. People were like, this is so wholesome, I love this. He has like one of the top subscribers, and all of his videos are like the most wholesome. He's like, I take you to the park and get some ice cream. He's
Now I want to find this account and be like,
I wish I knew the name of it, dude. It is so funny because you look at it and you're like waiting for something to happen. Because you're on porn, I'd be like, when is the dick gonna come out? And it's not. He's just like, hey, I just want you to know that like all your friends love you and like you're gonna, whatever you want to do, like you're gonna do it. And it just like cuts, and I'm like, that's fantastic. Like, and I would just love to I would love to have something like that where it's no, but I'm like, yeah, I have an OnlyFans, yeah, I do. And then you figure out who wants to see you naked because they're like, subscribe, because you can see the subscribers. Or you can be like, you can just troll them, you know what I mean?
That's funny. Anyway, back to you guys. What is something somebody doesn't know about you that you're willing to share?
I actually just started producing like background music for aside from just like producing for artists, I also started producing for a somebody that does content for gaming, and I'm really trying to get my foot in the door for that, where I'm like, at some point I want to produce like scores and all that kind of stuff, and then collect royalties that way. You know what I mean? That's like what I want to do as passive income. So yeah, like I've been producing like just background music, promoting it as well, and we're working
background music to like films, games, all of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. Yeah, whatever. Get in where I can fit in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm loving it too, because then it's like
I know I would love to have scores in my short films.
Yeah, and I got my rates and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I love candy. I'm like addicted to candy.
You have something
Yeah, dude.
right now.
I love, dude.
It's hard to talk with full of
Polka
saliva.
dot candy, dude. Polka dot candy is my
Never
favorite
seen
candy.
them in my life.
Yeah, it's
Reese's?
fantastic, man. They make
Is that new?
Yeah, they come out. You only get them out in Oakland or at like smoke
That's
shops.
why you're not sharing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, because I ate it all. It's
'Cause they're
really
so good?
It's really good
yeah?
stuff.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
which one? Again they talking. Last time somebody talking about drinks. This time they could
Shout out to Polka Dot, man. I love
peanuts
everything
and
that you make.
everything.
I like to eat them right before a long
Thanks
drive.
for bringing
I'm a Reese's guy,
the host
Yeah.
chocolate.
And he ate by themselves
Yeah.
next to me, and I said,
Yeah, I know. I never said
you know,
I was a
that's why
good
you
guy.
cannot talk because my mouth
What did I
full of
tell you in the group
saliva.
chat? I am not a nice person.
That's
I am entertaining. It is very different.
Did they pay you for this commercial?
They should. Oh my god, I wish I was.
I think they did.
I do this for free because I'm a
How
fan.
about you? What is something that people don't know about you?
I'm not a public person. If people know.
You're not a
about
public
me.
person?
No.
She's
they don't
on every film shot ever. She's on every group, every comment. Like, this girl is active. I
It's a
think
lot
that's,
of meal, just that's it, around. But well,
in real life, you're quiet.
no, we're still moving around like everywhere. I'm everywhere, yes, but I keep silence for now until the big day come.
She's a good lady to have around.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Jeanette.
What's something people don't know about you, Jeanette? Ooh.
There's lots of things. No. I think people know, but I have a really bad addiction to energy drinks.
Nice.
Damn. Which one though? Like, what's your favorite?
A rock star?
Oh, okay.
Just a classic rock star girl.
I was gonna say if you're like into like Bang energy drinks or random.
Oh God,
I
they're
get
Bang is too strong.
that. Yeah, I like those ones. Yeah.
Look, you cannot have more than one.
Not with that attitude.
No.
Bang.
You really shouldn't have more than one. You shouldn't even have one because they're really bad for you, for your heart. My friend tried to drink 2 or 3, and he like damn nearly died. So
I know somebody that died from like his heart stopping because he drank
Why they
Monster
sound
like it was
that?
water.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
not meant for every day. They're meant for work, active. Like if you have
But Jeanette, I work every day.
me too.
They
Me too. Me
supposed to
too.
sell by prescription.
So
Every day I'm hustling,
I
What do
bought
you
the
want
smaller
from me?
ones, okay, and then they're on sale at Safeway right now for $129. So my friend helped me stock up on them, and I'm back to this.
What if people cannot stop and just took 5 and they die? What it has to be controlled on somehow.
Right. Well, I have self-control.
But how about the people? I don't have self-control. If I like it, if I just like, well, I do have self-control. I cannot say this in camera.
I think
but
tops is 2.
I mean this.
Tops is 2, but if you drink more than that, I don't think you'll be.
So do
Like,
you
if
think
I
they're
open
more
box-
destructive than alcohol? Because I think about like there are people that can regularly have 5 drinks of alcohol in a night and be fine. Like they might throw up or something, but like if you're telling me you think 5 of those would kill you.
No, because it's
I've had
factual.
I've
It's
had-
factual. I'm not
it's
just
sure. But
saying
then, is there like a warning label on there? I don't drink energy drinks, so I don't
It's
know.
supposed to be. If they don't have warning
I'm just
label, it's
I'm a
not
black
gonna-
coffee guy, so
Same,
and I drink.
that's Sam, yeah.
Sometimes I drink so much of that I stay up for 3 days, and just watch like Yao Ming highlights. But
Well,
that's just what I'm about.
I guess they should, but they don't.
It's supposed to be saying an energy drink like
And
that.
I personally know that I can't have more than 2 because I feel like shit after.
Actually, it does. I did hear the story from my friend, but the acquaintance for me, that son did this. He was working like non-stop for 3 days, and he was in a energy drink and finally collapsed and just passed away.
Yeah.
It's
So
so sad. He was young, like 20.
technically, I could kill myself by drinking 5 of these, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. I'm like one of those folks that, because for me, I'm big on like soda.
I love soda too.
Yeah.
Soda, coffee, but I have to have at least creamer. No black coffee. What
Oh, I
the-
gotta do black coffee. But sometimes I'll do like non-dairy. But what is it like? If I feel like I get the jitters from coffee, I'll switch to like yerba mate off the gourd. And then
The cans or
I heard those are stronger than coffee.
So what I'm talking, yeah, no, that's the thing. So it's like more potent. Well, when I'm saying the gourd, it's like that little cup with the metal straw. That's what I usually do like for drinking because like that's like more like you get more of like source of like caffeine from there, and it's like more holistic for the most part, according to what like I've heard from like friends that got me into it. And even for soda, I'm like big on sparkling water. Like I like.
I don't like sparkling water,
Oh,
and I love soda.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't like the sugar. I like the carbonated
I
taste.
think I'm
I
the
feel
opposite.
that.
I'm the
Yeah.
opposite.
So
I miss when Coca-Cola had
That,
cocaine.
that's why like I even have like one of those soda streams. Like I like making my own soda sometimes,
Nice.
and
Is
then
it cheaper?
I feel like it's more economic, especially for the amount I drink, because I'll peel the 2-liter bottle and like it's like nothing. And I'm like,
I'm not. I gotten better. I'm slowly like doing healthier choices because you fuck up your body with soda.
I don't think so, though.
But
yeah.
I'm trying. Okay.
Why are you so perfect?
I'm not saying
I
I'm
know,
perfect.
why?
No. I want to
Okay.
know why. Why are you so?
Why
fantastic?
I have? Come on.
What is it?
Why I have
What's
to
your
take,
secret?
every time, because I'm
European.
eco-freak.
European.
No.
Because you're
I'm
European.
eco-freak, this is first, and second, my background in biology and scientist,
Oh,
so,
wow. Okay.
Big shot here.
well, and, why, if I read the ingredients, it's like, why I have to do that, putting cyanides in my spoon and eating like consciously, like I'm not killer to my body. I do like sweet, yes, sometimes I cannot stop, but that creep stuff, that's my best book. It's old edition that they call Pandora's Lunchbox, and they're telling everything. After you read, you will be very careful what you taking from the shelf, or otherwise, like okay, big sample like titanium dioxide they use in this sunscreen cream. Why they put it in the food? Why we have to eat this? Because they want to
I
preserve
don't want to get
freshness.
sunburned on the inside.
That's true. Why I have to eat
You
that?
ever
Let's say.
had a liver sunburn? Do they
Yes,
have those in the
they-
Ukraine?
Liver summer? Yeah.
Happens a lot out here.
Yeah,
You gotta be careful.
yeah.
I need a little extra zinc in my body.
Zinc, yeah, you can leave the zinc wires or something with zinc. Yeah, that's.
You're a biologist? What exactly is it that you do? Are you a spy?
Hold on.
No,
Whoa.
I'm not a spy.
She's a very private person.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not a very private. I work in one is a lab, is we
A
try
lab.
one lab research and one is a teaching lab
Mm.
in a big top 4 university. You can
Okay.
hear his name. So
Do you teach or do you
I
work in
love
the lab?
support. No,
Lab
I do
support.
run support. I help professor to set up with my team to set up makeup and lab.
What's the most annoying thing about biology students?
Well, I did work. I used to work in a school in high school with and middle school. I taught biology. Here we just preparing, but professor is teaching.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't have direct
Contact.
contact with students, but I do like work with people. So one is a lab, is like research lab. We've tried to find pills, drugs, how to stay forever young.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's a startup. We just work just like my
Interesting
3-4
stuff.
years old. So we try to extend lifespan, telomeres. We try to find. It's not a new we just there. This is in the market, like people for 30 years discovering how to extend. Also, we try to find how to treat untreatable disease like fibrosis and other. So we have now a seeds going next level, but still working on that. And the second job, that's like I said, teaching lab
Okay.
in Peninsula and Stanford University.
Oh, wow.
And it's very natural to be like in the sciences and also be an actor. So like,
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's opposing.
no, dude,
It's very opposing.
No, it's totally the
This
same
is
thing.
like
dude.
why?
It's like basically the
Okay,
same
the
thing.
question is why not count acting, being actor as a hobby?
Yeah.
No, I think most
It
people
doesn't
should
like
keep
people
it.
do fishing, hunting,
I agree.
volleyball, hiking.
I agree.
Acting for me is like part of my enjoyment of the life.
I agree with that. I think a lot of people should be more realistic about what they're doing and why they're doing it. Because I do think a lot of people, like, they really just enjoy doing it, right? They don't really care about the money they're getting from it. They just enjoy it.
That's
But
what
then
I'm saying.
The
yeah.
pressure to, like, if you're going to be in this world, you got to be trying to get famous, can kind of get some people wrapped up in something that's not.
I'm just doing it for my soul. For
Yeah.
my soul, for me,
Same.
for my
I mean, I just want to be able to
middle-age crisis.
feed myself, but I don't need
your
to be
midlife
rich.
crisis?
You know what I mean?
Wait.
That's
She
what
said
they're
she's going
joking,
through,
that's what
you're
they're
going through a
joking.
midlife crisis?
As long as I'm
That's pretty raw, dude.
That's my
Right.
standard.
I'm going through a
Yeah.
quarter life crisis. I'm fucking enjoying it.
That's
It's a
what
lot of fun.
they will always make a
It's
joke.
like a roller coaster, you can't
How
get
did you
off.
start it? How did you start it being And then I say, something came and I had a middle-age crisis and I wanted.
It's good. No, it's
So
good.
this is
It's
like
good.
a hobby, something you just come up. Well, real true. When I used to watch, I do watch TV rarely. I don't have time for that. I all over the places.
She is. I try to do coffee dates with her. I'm busy.
It's a luxury for me. It's all over the place.
Unbelievable.
So when I was watching movie, instead of paying attention to what is in movie, what is the action going, I mean, what is movie about, I cut myself many times and I'm not watching what is about. I'm watching how people play in there, how what they do.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's must something to me.
Do you ever drink like Diet Coke while you do this, or do you not do soda? No, I asked because you look just like Uta Hagen. Do you know who that is?
No, I didn't.
Uta Hagen is like a very famous acting teacher, and she used to like watch her students, like do their scenes, and she's just always drinking Diet Coke. It's like
No,
the
Diet
funniest
Coke.
thing. Yeah, I don't know. I
Not
just
even
Diet Coke.
Coke
I
Zero.
you
do
remind me of her, and then when you say that, like
Yeah.
you're watching, she'd be smoking a cigarette, like drinking Diet Coke, and she used to be like, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe what you're doing. She trained Mark Ruffalo, the guy who played the Hulk. There's this great video on YouTube. You can watch a very young Mark Ruffalo doing a scene for her, and she goes, Marky, what are you doing? Why are you dressed like this? You know you're not supposed to wear that shirt for the scene. He's got like a Hawaiian t-shirt on, and he's just like, I'm sorry, Uda, she's like, baby, come back when you want to be serious.
I can see you
It's
doing
incredible. It's
And then I
incredible.
started losing my memory, and I thought, if I start acting, I can learn the script. They can improve my memory. Again, it's a joke. I can't.
Overachiever here.
Or real, and no, this you see, this is a lot of benefits.
Yeah. So do
Being
you
out there.
use like adrenochrome and Regeneron and stuff for your telomeres? Are you gonna live forever?
No, I don't want that.
Not forever, just for like a really long time.
And I don't wanna. I wanna get old naturally. I wanna live longer. Well,
But then wait, then why are you working in that field? Just because it's fun?
well.
The money.
That too.
I tried being a research. Yeah. Well.
I have no idea what that
and
means.
then
I'm so
Okay.
lost right now.
We'll go.
you got me.
We'll go back to you on another
The job
episode.
description matched with me was, and I do like my job, and I like to try new things.
Yeah.
Besides that, I work also on many different gigs. I do an event, also brand ambassador if I have time.
If I have time.
If I have
I
time.
love people like her. I love people like her. If I have time for making sure people live like 300 years, I mean, like, yeah, I'll be a
Yeah, I
brand
wish I can
ambassador.
have 48 hours a day. I can do many stuff, but
Yeah, how many are you up to? Like 32?
For me, sleeping is very important. It's just like a garbage church.
Like a good 45 minutes, and you're like,
That's what they call it. But to stay forever young,
yeah.
it's all here. People can live till 70 but bury in 25. They don't have that spirit. It's being,
Oh,
and,
yeah,
it's
yeah. I
this
get it.
all here and mostly stress and sleeping.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's essential. Yeah.
Sleep, it's very important.
I feel like as we get older, sleeping's harder.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
For me, it depends on how, what's going on through the day for me. Like, I find myself at weird hours of the night, just like either writing songs or like making beats. Especially if like I come from work or I come from a gig and I'm like, I feel like restless, and I feel like my form of therapy is just like, especially since I do like sample-based stuff a lot of the times too. I look up like I've been actually exploring a lot of like different genres of music around the realm of psychedelics. So there is like psychedelic Middle Eastern music that I've been dwelling into, and some from even Asia, ranging from Southeast Asia to East Asia, and stuff you hear.
Oh, dude, sitar music? Absolutely.
Oh, beyond. Well, think sitar music with some funk behind that.
Sure. Yeah.
Or like, okay, even more left field. Think out from Middle Eastern, that like string instrument, like from like Afghanistan and all them.
They have the best music ever.
Yeah,
In terms of
with some, like,
instruments,
funk
oh,
guitars
man.
or like
Yeah.
some like even like some like Grateful Dead kind of sound, and it's just like, man, if I had sampled 20 seconds of this, what
Yeah.
kind of thing could I manifest with this?
I don't know if anyone else here has like experimented with psychedelics, but I can tell you the Hindus, man, like you can tell a lot of their religion is informed by taking mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Because you listen to their music while you're tripping, and it like a whole nother layer of it opens up, and you're just like, because sometimes I feel like when you're sober, like first time you introduce that, you're like, that's just so different than what I see like in the Western world.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Like, why am I listening to this? And then like, I had someone put it on one time, and I was tripping pretty hard, and I was like, I get it now. Like it helps maintain your trip. Like you can't listen to that music and have a bad trip. I feel like it just kind of
makes me want to try that now.
I promise you, because I don't know, I've taken 6 grams before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've melted my brain on them, and I can tell you, had I not,
something.
what?
What is that about?
But
Drugs.
yeah,
Oh.
I would probably want to do.
You know this? I thought you heard. Yeah.
Not
I'd probably
that
do an
drugs.
eighth and put on some Ravi Shankar,
Okay. Yeah.
and then just open my third eye in that kind of form, and just I don't know, like, and then going back
Talking
to
about third eye, I have
yeah.
to ask, what is the most like out of this world experience you have experienced while on drugs or off of them?
All right, funny you asked that. So this was one time when me and a friend did like shrooms, and I tied a correlation of something from the Marvel Cinematic Universe with how our universe is tied in. So we're thinking Quantumania, right? Different realms, everything is shrunk down into size, and how, that small thing, and I was just explaining to my friend, like, in a very, very rare form I felt when I was like, I feel it kicking in and everything, I'm like, all this stuff could have a universe living inside of it, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, you watch like Ant-Man's Quantumania, and you're like, damn, there's a civilization inside this thing while we're out here in the world and stuff. That's crazy, Outside of that, like, damn, like you see like those videos with like Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about the universe and all that, and you wonder what's going on outside of that. And that's the kind of stuff that runs through my head when I like take like those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I'm more open to the eye-opening experience of it more than the like, oh, I'm just here to like get messed up. It's like, nah. Like, especially for me, I don't touch any of those, like, I don't touch a lot of like the narcotic side of things, just because that's not my kind of party, that's not my kind of vibe. But the things that like kind of open up my third eye, or at least
It probably helps with your creation.
very, yeah, it helps expand it. Like I get to tap in like my inner Jimi Hendrix and just go wild with it.
I believe it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people's best work was on drugs. So
Definitely.
I never tried.
me neither.
It's not for everybody.
But I hear.
It's not for everybody.
It's definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So excited. I've taken 6 grams before, which is like, Terrence McKenna, like a very famous psychonaut, said like you should probably take 5 grams. Like if you want to have what they would call like a pseudo-religious experience, take about 5.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my buddy were like, we're big boys, we took 6. And yeah, I would say I had what they call a complete ego death. So the concept of myself disappeared. And
shit.
yeah. It felt like I died. And then I was zipped around the multiverse. And I can tell you, so what you're talking about is quantum fractaling, and it is absolutely real.
Yeah.
This is why an atom looks like the solar system, because it's a macro of a macro of a micro, and the reality could very well be this constant fractaling. And so we could exist inside the cell on the ass end of an alien somewhere else, for all we know. But when you take these substances, I would say the craziest part was after I had like completely dissolved, I ended up in this place that felt like home. I didn't exist. I was nothing anymore. I was pure consciousness, and it felt like I had been here before. And the only way I can describe it, it's where your soul sits before you're born, and like where it returns after you die. And like taking this, I got like a day trip. I was like there, and I was like, I've been here before. Like I don't know how I know this place. I've been here before, and then I realized I wasn't by myself. And whatever that thing was, I think that's what people call God. And it was like, you have to go back into your body. And I was like, why? This place is awesome. And it's like, you're not dead yet. And then I felt like I got shot right back into my body. And I woke up on my kitchen floor.
So what you're basically saying is you were astral projecting.
Pretty much, man. It was insane.
That's crazy.
It was insane. But again, I had researched this, looked into it, knew what I was getting into. If someone given me this at a party and I wasn't expecting, it would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
So I don't think everybody should do them. I don't
You
think
were
we
ready
should do
for
them.
it.
I had wanted to do it at that time it had been 5 years I've been wanting to do it, and I was waiting till I was old enough because I didn't want my brain to get like goofy.
I was about the same.
Yeah. So I waited, but like it was for me, it was like someone reading about Las Vegas for like 5 years and then going to Vegas and be like, yeah, it's exactly like they said it was. But I think about the first monkey that ate mushrooms on accident and just exploded. And I was like, what the hell? And then ran to his little monkey friends. He's like, yo, eat this and sit down. But yeah. And then I've experimented with other psychedelics that are very, like LSD is very similar. It's pretty much like the synthetic version. Lasts a lot longer and comes in waves, which is kind of weird. Like mushrooms.
Can these psychedelics kill you?
No, they're actually the safest class of drug on the planet.
Even mushrooms, they're clinically proven to actually help treat anxiety.
As long as you don't die.
No, they're just talking now in the
Good.
market, but they're still selling that. Even mushrooms, they was like suicide. I'm talking about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They from the bridges they go down.
Really,
they
you can
start
do
to be-
dumb things on mushrooms that kill you.
Right, of
Absolutely.
course.
Even on weed,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the molecule, the psilocybin molecule itself is essentially a cousin molecule of serotonin, and so it follows the serotonin 2 reuptake inhibitor in your brain. It just floods your brain with synthetic serotonin, and you get synesthesia, which is when your senses kind of get mixed. So that's why you can like people report like tasting sounds or like smelling music type things. Yeah, it does a lot of weird stuff to your brain, but from a pharmacological standpoint, the like you couldn't physically take enough of the drug to overdose.
Good.
You would incapacitate first, and then you would just wake up when it came down. Not like deliriants, which deliriants are very similar psychoactive substances that can absolutely kill you, and they're everywhere. You take 700 milligrams of Benadryl, you'll have a trip, and it'll be terrifying, and you could kill yourself on it.
Okay.
Same thing with deterra seeds, and yeah, there's so yeah, stick to the what they call the classic psychedelics if you want to. That's magic mushrooms, LSD, DMT.
That's another one that I'm curious about.
I've never taken DMT.
Don't do
myself.
drugs, guys.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Message
Don't do any of this, but
Don't
there
do
are
the
labs like the
pharmaceutical
one that
ones.
she works at where you can sign up and have
Doing
therapy.
that. Come on.
Yeah.
You know they do it.
No.
You know
Those
they do
FDA
it.
type of
using
stuff,
that.
yeah.
Any final thoughts before we end this podcast?
Drugs are bad, but they're so much fun.
Don't do that.
Follow your dreams, but most definitely.
Mostly buy his merch.
Yeah, buy my merch. Yeah.
Capitalism.
So yeah, but
that?
You know
this
how
is
much
more than just
money?
a product.
You know how much money merch is worth? That's
really
what
sick,
artists make their money off of.
Yeah. This is
Sell merch.
I like that.
So yeah,
That's sick.
a lot of my stuff like has like
you
deep
making
meanings.
this, right?
I did the graphic design for it, but I got it made from like friends that did the printing. But this one is the white moth in Filipino culture
Wow.
represents lost loved
funny.
ones.
Lost.
Yeah, like
Where's the camera? Where's
ancestors
the camera? We're on.
like floating into the place.
Oh.
That one right there is. Oh yeah. This one is a motto I go by, which is nothing too crazy except for the ideas. And like it's like a head with like a mouse running in a like one of
Make
those
moves. Make
And then this
moves.
is the most
Take
important one.
risks.
Make moves, take risks. All of these are just affirmations.
Buy his merch.
Nice. Follow me on OnlyFans at your mom's favorite comedian. That's all one word.
Is that really?
I'm about to follow that right now.
Is that really?
Yeah,
You have an
yeah.
OnlyFans?
Where are you?
Your mom,
I see
you
him
are
differently
mom's
now.
favorite comedian. I do a lot of comedy content on there, and if you want to see other stuff, it's on there.
Other stuff.
Other stuff, you know, like my thoughts on politics, or
Talk politics too.
I talk everything. But
And you, where can they find you? What's your next project?
I keep secret.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on a short film about a detective that will be played by somebody in this room, or maybe not. Anyway, subscribe to all of us in this podcast.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.